gentlemen, turn your speakers up. It's time for the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE. Oh, yeah! Let's meet the hosts. First, a man hailing from the hub city in Indiana. He goes by @2SweetKyle on Twitter. The host, Kyle Gagliardi. And your co-host, hailing from the valley of Lake Tahoe. He goes by @JimTuck89 on Twitter. Jim Tucker. And last but not least, hailing from the cornfield somewhere in Indiana, the full-time part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram @PodOnTheMark.
What is going on, everybody? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, over there, for the Marks, and I am the Stone Cold part-timer, apparently, because I forgot to change my name, but I will hold on to that because I'm no longer part-time. But I'm also joined by one of my co-hosts, my good buddy, Mr. Jim Tucker, or as I like to call him, Tucky!
What's going on, Ian? And I think we gotta change the intro, not necessarily to claim Bert as a permanent co-host, but he is a producer at minimum. Ian, would you agree?
That is true. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, not Kyle Gagliardi. I mean, on YouTube you go by Bert, but you're not. Are you Bert? What? Bert,
yeah,
what?
A lot of people call me Bert. So that's kind of what I've been running with lately. But Kyle will call me Brett because that's who I've been our entire friendship. So
so Bert's the ring name.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we got to figure out an actual nickname for you. It might be Bert. I think Bert is a good option.
Honestly, that's what people started calling me through college.
Simple,
so I'm just like, all right, well,
long,
yeah,
unique.
Oh,
Gives you reminds you of you got the childhood, Bert and Ernie kind of nostalgia.
Hey Bert,
there's a lot to it.
Yeah, hey Bert, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm Bert in the house.
Damn. But yeah, we are a part of the Main Event Wrestling Network. And Tucky, for those at home that don't know about the Main Event Wrestling Network, what do we do around here?
You like blogs? You like podcasts?
Yeah.
You like TikToks? You like video streams?
Oh.
You like mixers? You like all these things? Do you like pro wrestling? Because we do, and that's what the Main Event Wrestling Network is, ladies and gentlemen. It's a conglomerate of like-minded individuals coming together to share and celebrate their love and passion for professional wrestling. So it's not only On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, but you got the Wrestling Junkies, you got the IW Guide, you got StreamYard stream-specific shows like the NXT Night Shift with Kyle Gagliardi and Jay Gold. There's so many things. And so the Main Event Network is kind of a group of people that love wrestling. And if you're watching us, you're probably one of those people that loves wrestling. So if you're following the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, make sure you're following the @mainevent_net as well.
Yeah, well said. Even today we had Tino's time. He was live earlier today. Wrestling Junkies, they post pretty much every single hour. But yeah, they have a new episode as well today. Sam's on Wrestling also posted today. Indie Wrestling Guide podcast, I think they posted yesterday, or it might have been today. One of the two, but new episode from them. And Vicious Rants also posted new on YouTube. The NXT Night Shift actually took the week off, which is kind of upsetting because that would have been a full crew, everybody posting this week, but that's okay. Even the Great Brown Hope actually also posted a New Browns at 5. Wait, Browns 5 at 5.
And last Saturday got to join him on the Hobby Hour.
Yes.
Saturday morning, showing off some figs. I have a couple of them.
No,
and so
really. Just a couple.
I shared my spreadsheet. We went over. I didn't show every figure on camera, but I got a lot of good ones, and it was a lot of fun. And for the great Brown Hope, great host, and he's passionate about more collecting cards, but that's a sprinkle of the Main Event Wrestling Network.
And we are actually looking for more. So we're currently looking for a YouTube exclusive co-host. So
feed me more.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know Bert liked that one.
Hate that. Hate that.
But yeah, no, we're looking for a new co-host, or YouTube exclusive, or if you want to post TikToks as well. Completely up to you. Only catches you need to love pro wrestling, and we like positivity around here. No negativity around these parts. I know it sells, but peace sells, but who's buying? For those who get that reference, thank you. Wow. All right, but I mean, we had a kind of a big weekend, I guess, of wrestling. Ryback stinks.
Yeah, that's it. Does.
Guy's still active on the social medias, but yeah.
Hey, Vope.
Who do we got in the chat?
Oh no, Bogus loves Ryback.
No, he's just
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good point. But yeah. Saturday night main event this past weekend had total of 4 matches. Not a lot of surprises, in my opinion, at least. I think it's kind of the shared thought process amongst us, but I think there's something to talk about. And we first started off the night with Cody Rhodes defeating Drew McIntyre for the heavyweight championship. I mean, Tucky, what were you expecting? Because this is what I was expecting.
I was not expecting a 5-star match of the year candidate, and certainly received not that. It was a good match, but I think the thing to take away from it is the tint of heel to Cody, the willing to go to other places to get the win against Drew twice. It was fine.
Yeah, Bert.
Yeah, he's done it before. Cody has won like that before in instances where it's, if he DQs himself, he loses. So again, for me, it was just a reuse of another script that they've used in a previous storyline for Cody. Again, it's just lazy. Drew, again, just being the fall guy, essentially, who just keeps losing and losing and losing. And I don't understand it. Don't know why they think that's good for his character. But yeah, for me, I'll save some of the thoughts for later in regards to Cody. But yeah, it would just, I wasn't even paying attention to the match halfway through it. I knew what the outcome was going to be, and I just kind of passed it off.
And the thing is, too, like the hint of Cody being a heel during this was a Crossroads on the title. I mean, it didn't scream heelish to me. It was more of, oh, Drew brought the title into this picture. I'm gonna use the title that he brought in as payback. It got a face reaction. It did not get a, oh shit, he just used the title reaction from the crowd. Which, by the way, the crowd was awesome. I forget where they were at, but
Salt Lake City,
Utah. Yeah,
fantastic crowd all night. So I don't know. It doesn't move any needles for me. This Cody Rhodes title run has been okay, I guess. It's doing a job. It's just we got to figure something out quick to get the ball rolling and get some eyes back on it, because right now, this next match we're going to talk about, the Women's Championship over on SmackDown. We had Jade Cargill defeating Tiffany Stratton, become new champion, which we all wanted. Thank God we could praise the Lord on that one. But this title right now, I think having Jade win this title is meaning more than Cody retaining the title. So, Bert, give me your opinions on Jade Cargill.
Yeah, it finally shows that they're ready to kind of push Jade into it. I don't know if Jade even had a choice at this point. And I don't think she would have declined winning a title anyways. But they've been kind of teasing it for a while, having Jade finally win. And for her to win in the fashion that she did to completely squash Tiffany, I think is a good start to her reign. I'm hoping that kind of continues the theme with Jade, because she is a freak of nature. And they need to treat her like that. So I know she's had injuries and I know she's had other things in the past, but I think a statement win over Tiffany is what she needed. Get Tiffany off of TV. She can kind of recoup, come back as a full heel again, which I think ultimately will happen. But I think this was the outcome everybody wanted in wrestling. I don't think there were too many people on the Tiffany train, but overall, I think this was a match that needed to happen in the way that it happened as well.
Yeah, and this is one of those times where it's not necessarily a surprise. I know the crowd kind of seemed surprised by it. I think the means of it happening with a squash match, as it did, that brings its own surprise into the mix. But at the same time, you're looking at Jade Cargill, and you're like, she should be squashing everybody. She should be having these kind of monster runs. For example, like it's going to bring AEW into this equation, so I'm going to actually lose a lot of people here. But Will Hobbs. There's something to Will Hobbs. If you know him, Bert, you might know who that guy is. He's an absolute freak of a man.
Yeah.
And they're starting to treat him like it, and it's starting to feel bigger and bigger whenever he steps into the ring. That's kind of the situation with Jade Cargill as well. If you treat her like a monster, actually book her correctly in a match, you're going to start getting some bigger feels of a match. So Jade Cargill with the title, Tucky, how are you feeling going into it?
I'm excited to see what's next. Who's her next opponent? I think it was only a matter of time before we got here with Jade Cargill as a champion. And if Tiffany's run wasn't underwhelming enough, Bert had pointed that she could be hurt and dealing with the injury as well. Okay, so get her out of the picture. My intrigue is who's next, and what does a feud look like with Jade Cargill as a singles champion, as a heel, right? So there's some layers. I think there's just a lot to learn and figure out, and I think that's why I'm intrigued by it compared to Cody as champion. Whoever you put in front of him Saturday night's main event, he's gonna win, and so I think there's some intrigue on my end.
Let me ask you guys this. Jade Cargill, we kind of know, I guess it's gotten better, but the weakest part of her game is probably her promo, especially as a heel. I mean, we saw it in AEW, and I get it. Yes, it was when she first started, so it's pretty tough, rough around the edges. We haven't had a champion that just is kind of like a prize fighter and just accepts the challengers and takes it as it is. I know there's not a lot of women on the SmackDown roster, not a lot to play with. I mean, you could have some NXT call-ups, but would you almost rather see that approach of just line them up, I'll knock them down kind of with the defenses?
I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Like, is Bianca coming back? Survivor Series return? But is Jade Cargill going to be fighting? What do the Survivor Series matches look like that are in 16 days?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think ultimately the end goal is to have her face Bianca at some point. But like Kyle said, I mean, it's a weak division on SmackDown. So unless you're pulling people from Raw, I've seen things where potentially AJ Lee, when she gets done with her book tour, could potentially fall into that if she doesn't go to Raw. But again, I think the end game or the end goal is Bianca Jade at WrestleMania. But like you said, what are we feeding the middle to? Because you don't want to bring up NXT wrestlers who have the confidence in NXT, look good in NXT, and then you bring them up just for Jade to squash them. That doesn't make too much sense to me. I don't know why they would do that. You would already want to squash people that are on the roster. So again, I don't know what other names outside of, the Rhea Ripley's, who's already in a story. And I know she broke her nose, so who knows when she'll be back, but there's just not much to grab from. So I assume
I'm looking
right
at
now
the roster.
build on the
I'm looking at the women on SmackDown. I can list all of them in 7 seconds that are not a champion. Alba Fire, B-Fab, Bianca Belair has a hurt indicator, not a hurt syndicate. Kiana James and Michin.
Wow.
You don't want to throw Kiana James in there to make her, because I think Kiana James is great. But again, why would you throw some of the younger people into the ring with Jade right now? And I think the goal is to have her kind of show her muscle a little bit more. Looks like Kyle said it's going to be Michin. He's going to squash her, or she's going to squash her, which I think that would make the most sense. But I don't know. Again, I just, the SmackDown division, if they're just going to have her work maybe promos a little bit more, And then people will just come out, interrupt her. She'll just beat the hell out of them, and life goes on. But I don't know.
And that kind of brings up what we're talking about kind of brings up a good point, because all we've known Jade for the past at least year has kind of been around the 3 girls with Bianca involved. That's kind of like the next target, and that's all you could really think about. Outside of it, you got nothing. You got nothing to sink your teeth into. The only title that's kind of done itself well of surrounding itself with like suitable contenders is the one that was crowned last night or this past weekend, and it was between 2 guys that, I guess they both deserve that title. We'll talk about it here in a second. I mean, it's not really much of a spoiler, but we'll move on to the next match. We had a triple threat for the Intercontinental title where Dom Mysterio defended his title and beat both Penta and Rusev. It happened. The match happened. I don't know. Tucky, do you want to start this one off? Because I kind of have stuff to say.
I'm gonna leave the floor to you because we are probably on the same page. I did find the little curveball, another interesting way for Dom to win. I don't know that has he rang the bell before?
Mm-mm.
No,
like I don't remember that. So that was like okay, all right.
That was new. Yeah, I like that wrinkle.
That is that's the poker chip I'm tossing into it. Take it away, gentlemen.
Bert?
Yeah, I it was a Dom match, right? I mean, it's they're not going to take that title off of him at least anytime soon. In my eyes, there's no reason to. He's obviously starting something new / old again. It seems with his father, but yeah, I mean. Outside of it, I've never been a huge fan of Rusev. Rusev's a dry character to me. He doesn't evolve. He's the same person. So like him being in the match, Penta excites me a little bit more. I'm hoping they kind of continue with that route. But yeah, I think kind of like what Kyle said here. I think ultimately it's going to be Ray versus Dom for the AAA title. So I think the Intercontinental title isn't really going to do much right now. So that's what that's going to build. That build's going to be, but. Yeah, I mean, Dom won. Him ringing the bell was interesting. But outside of that, it was business as usual.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it felt like to me. This felt like it could have been, I hate to say it, but we keep kind of bringing that up where it felt like a Raw match to me. Like, it had its high spots, and the bell was cool and everything, but I get it. It's trying to do the Eddie Guerrero classics of, how is he going to win this time? But I don't know. It felt weird, especially when you have a guy like Rusev in the ring who's kind of supposed to be this gigantic beast, mammoth man who's supposed to be basically a murderer. I don't know how to describe his character, but it doesn't make any sense. And now you have Penta, who's not going to be revolved around the title. Penta's got some incredible solo act right now that he's got cooking for himself, and the crowd is absolutely loving him every single time he steps out there. This would have been a perfect opportunity to put that title on Penta, and it didn't seem like he was anywhere close to doing it because, I mean, he got rolled up, so I don't know. And it looks like they're moving on from it. It looks like they're moving on to Ray versus Dom, which I'm not upset about whatsoever. If it was for the AAA title, just to get Ray that AAA title and then have Ray, before he retires, to go over to AAA, awesome. That's fantastic. I think that feud has got more legs on it than whatever the hell we watched on Saturday.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think Penta will likely see that title before he's jumping into a world title shot.
That's my worry is Ray right now. Ray Fenix is kind of off doing something. It's going to lead to a tag team reunion unless they let Ray just kind of sit on the sidelines, which I guess I wouldn't blame them from a business standpoint because Penta's doing such a good job being a solo act. It's just, I don't know. I'm worried for the Lucha Bros fans out there that are hoping and expecting to see that pairing happen in the tag team division. Because right now the tag team division needs something, and I don't think Penta needs a tag team division.
Yeah, like Kyle said, when do you reunite the Lucha Brothers? It'd have to be sometime after War Games. Like it's not gonna be anything in between there. I don't know. I mean, I would think either at WrestleMania or sometime shortly after. But again, that's other stuff we can slide into. But yeah, I mean, Rusev, what they used to consider giants, right? Like the Big Shows, the Kanes, the Undertaker. So Rusev, I guess, would be considered. He just felt like an object in the ring with Penta and Dom, and it was just like it's one of those where a big dude is standing in front of you in a movie theaters, and you're like, up front, dude, and it's like you gotta like lean down because it's like, yeah, get out of the way. Like that's what it felt like. It's like, just get him out. There's no reason for him to be there ultimately. Let Dom and Penta work their magic in the ring, and I would have had more fun with that. But again, got what we wanted, got what we expected.
Correct. Yeah, and at least now we have what we'll talk about later with Cena's The Last Time Is Now tournament. We have that fallback, and we know that one of these competitors will be in that tournament, and we will talk about that here in just a jiffy. I like Tuck's acting out of breath story.
Yeah.
We're in it together, man. It's a team, dog. We're here.
But I will say, our main event, it got me. It was a pretty damn good main event match between Mr. CM Punk, the new World Heavyweight Champion, as he defeated Mr. Jey Uso. Yeet. I will let Brett talk about it last, because I have a feeling Mr. CM Punk down there, the biggest CM Punk fan in the world, probably has got a lot to say. I'll start quick. I'll be nice and quick about it. I love it. I love the decision. I love the twist they're putting on Jey Uso's character, and they're leaning into Punk not being able to trust Jey Uso already. Love it. Tucky.
I liked that Jimmy was nowhere to be found. They left it to the two of them, and so that's the sprinkle that I want to add. I think Bert, as the main driver here, is what's best for business. Bert, take it away.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, having it be just a sole one-on-one match, because all the speculation prior to it was, all right, how are they going to win it? How are they going to try to incorporate all these stories into it, make it seem like the Vision might do something, or Jimmy might do something, maybe Roman shows up. Obviously, that's a stretch with Saturday Night Main Event. But again, that's kind of what the air was leading up to the match. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy Punk won. The match itself, and this is, I know, has been a dig at Jay for a while now, did not satisfy me at all. I don't know if it's because knowing in the future if Rollins was healthy, it was going to be Punk and Rollins. And that's how Punk was going to win it. I felt like that would have been more gratifying to me. But Jay looked sloppy, lethargic. He was messing up easy spots. The neck breaker one sticks out to me the most, when Punk's doing his patent swinging neck breaker, and Jay just looked like he had never been a part of it before. I was just like, it was tough. It was tough for me to watch as somebody who's watched almost every Punk match from back in 2005 or 2006, ECW, Punk, up until now. It's like, these are things that as a singles wrestler, Jay should have down. And it's like, he just doesn't. And obviously that's why they didn't keep the title on him for a long reign. That's why he's, hearing these quote unquote voices or hearing the outside noise. I mean, he posted on Instagram after it, all these, side remarks and whatever. And again, this could be just playing towards his character, could be just playing towards everything that's going on with Jay, but he just has not been a good singles competitor. So it's like, when do we get Jay out of this portion of the World Heavyweight Championship chase, similar to Drew? It's like Jay just keeps losing, and it's like, okay, he keeps losing. He doesn't look good in the ring as a singles competitor. How can we evolve Jay and just leave him out of this? I don't know, because he just hasn't looked good as a singles wrestler. So that's my take. I didn't think it was satisfying. It was an okay match, in my opinion. The whole Saturday night main event was really underwhelming for me. And again, I didn't expect anything huge for essentially is a secondary like Monday Night Raw card just with championships.
yeah, but you can have the match. You can have all the matches still be good.
Yeah.
Like you could Saturday night's main event with 4 8 out of 10s. Like, okay, fine. But I don't even know that we got that. Jade Tiffany, that's a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
Pun intended. Yep. Cody Drew 7.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's generous.
Punk Jay, like Punk and Jay, you give it a 7. Like the Punk winning, Punk is a champion now. Cool. The match.
I feel like I watched a different match because I genuinely loved the Punk and Jey Uso match. It might have been because my expectations were already low. I was not expecting it to be a 5-star classic, and by no means am I saying the match was a 5-star classic whatsoever. But I thought it played its part as best as it could. And at first it was very technical, trying to real graps. But by the second half of the match, it was just trying to go finisher for finisher. I do kind of dislike the fact that Punk's GTS is basically just thrown out the window. You don't get knocked out. Yeah, you just kind of get rung a little bit, and it takes about 5 of them to actually win the match. That does annoy me a little bit, but at the same time, fuck it, I guess. I don't know.
Worst thing Dean Ambrose / John Moxley could have ever done was ricochet off the ropes and back onto Punk's shoulder for another GTS, because they're using that every single time in Punk's matches. And I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it. But
it's almost like a new finisher.
One isn't enough. He's got to do 2. And it's like one hasn't been enough historically. Like he's got to hit it multiple times in a match for it to officially be done, in a main event or a championship match. But I don't know. I mean, I think they did the same thing with Cody Rhodes when he was doing Crossroads to Roman and having to do it 3 times in order to actually get it down. And it's like, does it lessen the finisher? Depends on the opponent. Like Roman is supposed to be this larger than life. So like Cody's like, I have to make sure I'm putting it down. That makes sense to me. It's like main event Jey Uso. It's like he's just been treading water in singles territory. It's like I don't think you need 6-7 GTS to put Jey down. You just don't. And I get you have to make it a competitive championship match. I get it. You're grasping at straws because Rollins
tournament championship. They're in a tournament. It's championship. Yeah, I do get that aspect. It's just in my eyes, the GTS is one of those moves. It's like, God damn, that looks like if it barely misses. I mean, you could ask Mr. OTM over there in the chat.
I'm Paul.
I'm Paul. If he gets hit, you could have a broken nose. You could actually get messed up, broken orbital.
Yeah.
I get it. I guess it's the new age of wrestling, and that's coming for me.
I just like the matches where the finishers are hard to get.
Yeah.
Hard to get off, hard to get to, and then you build up and you hit the 1. And that is the big period at the end of it. It doesn't have to be an but like when Stone Cold could get to the stunner, that was it, and now it's false finish fest because it's a different style, I guess, but the GTS should knock a motherfucker out.
I agree. That's my issue with it.
Yeah. Well, they usually use like this is something I kind of noticed. I don't think Punk ever went to the top rope in that match. I don't think he did the ode to the Macho Man elbow. I don't think he did.
No.
And that's usually the in between before he's just pulling the GTS out, and like he is going to the top rope and he is going to do that elbow. So it was like, again, for me, it was just like, okay, they just keep, and he did throw in an Anaconda Vice, but it was just like, they keep bringing it. And you're like, okay, you're acting as if Jey is this larger than life being to me. And it's like, stop pushing Jey. You keep having him lose. You clearly don't want to push Jey. You got handed a crappy card with Rollins getting hurt. And now you're like, all right, well, we got to give it to Punk at this point and see where we can go with it. But yeah, just if you're gonna have a finisher be a finisher, like let's once or twice, like Tuck said, let's build up to it and make it that more, gratifying when they do get it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But overall, I don't even know if we're going to give this a card a grading. I guess you could just go C straight down the middle. It was okay. It's all right. I watched it. I didn't hate any bit of it. Wasn't jumping out of my seat for any bit of it. It also did help that I watched it a little bit late off of some illegal streaming services. But we'll talk.
You were a pirate this weekend.
Yeah,
I was a pirate on Monday, so I'm with you.
Yep. We will. We'll talk about that in our latter half, where we are going to talk about the current state of the wrestling industry. But yeah, we'll move on. We did get another announcement. Mr. John Cena. Ever heard of the guy? Calling it a year after this year. That's actually a cool shirt. I like that. For those at home, it's Cody Rhodes about to get kicked in the nuts by Mr. John Cena. I don't want calling everybody Mr. tonight.
Wore this at school on Friday because we have pro wrestling club now, so I can wear wrestling t-shirts to school on Fridays. I wore this one and was laughed at.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Tough.
They don't know ball, dude.
They don't.
These rats, the derelicts. They know nothing.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it earlier. These are kids that didn't grow up on Superbad or Step Brothers, all these movies. So it's like you've got people who are just incredibly uncultured.
You almost feel bad
walking the
them,
halls.
You know?
Yeah, you have to.
Didn't actually get a real childhood. I mean, there's still time, I guess.
I mean, John Cena's prime, if you could have just witnessed it with your eyes, you'd understand. You'd understand.
But John Cena wins.
Yeah. Hey, at least they were interesting stories every time.
That's fair. All right, we'll move on, though. We did get an announcement. We have the Last Time Is Now tournament, and that is starting next Monday on Monday Night Raw. We had 2 announced matches, and I believe those are taking place next Monday. And right now, they're not really moving the needle because it sounded like they're...
God bless you.
Sorry.
God bless you.
Can we just see the bracket? How many people are in it? What are the why are we not seating this thing?
16. They did announce it was 16 man. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
Both on Raw and SmackDown.
It's the Sweet 16. So you're gonna have 8 on each side.
So, yeah, you got 8, and then it's gonna go to 4, and then there's gonna be 2 left.
Yeah.
So there's like 14 matches in this thing, I guess, right?
All together.
Yeah.
Just about.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, it's a thing. I wish they would. I wish we would know all of them right now. Wouldn't that be a frenzy?
Well, you got to get the shock of announcing the matches too. Can't forget about that. That brings in some eyes, even though you could easily just look at it online.
Does it?
Like
though?
I did.
I mean, I feel like more like you can. And again,
no, that's what I'm saying.
You can pull more content from a bracket. That's why are they doing it with college football playoffs?
That's what it makes me feel like.
A discussion.
It makes me feel like this was a kind of a last minute thing. Like if they had known this all along, you could push it. You know, they could partner. You know how many business they could do the DraftKings bracket challenge. There was so much money left on the table with the idea of the bracket, and then you see the first 2 matches, and you're like, okay, maybe that's why they're not showing us the bracket.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the tournament style does work with wrestling. I think AEW's Continental Classic is fantastic. The way they do it with the pool play going into the tournament is fucking awesome. It makes superstars out of nowhere.
And it gives you something to care about on weekly television.
Yes.
Yeah.
From we're in this middle. We don't have a ton of feuds, but we can just put good matches out here, and that fits AEW style completely.
Yeah, and I mean, again, there is some possibility that we could get some, I guess, rising stars to grab some attention. But as of right now, the 2 announced matches are Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That'll take place next Monday. Meh. And then we have Damian Priest versus Rusev. Meh.
Bored.
If this was your heavy hitters to get right off the bat, well, that's not a great way to start it. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think that's what they're going for. It's a
I
slow
don't-
build to Cena.
It doesn't feel like they came out of the gate with fireworks. So I'm hoping some of the other first round matches are a bit more enticing because that's 25% of the field.
Yeah.
Right there. And so I think from a pick standpoint, who do you pick? Rusev, Damian Priest, former world champion, a guy that needs to get hot. Could use the tournament to build some momentum with Rusev.
I think Rusev's going to win ultimately, just because I think Priest and Aleister Black are going to continue to do whatever the hell they're doing, which I've enjoyed.
Stuff.
Which I've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it, but like that's just immediately where my mind goes. But yeah, you're right. I mean, again, they're not going to come out throwing fastballs at us and being like, "Oh yeah, here we go." Like it's going to be a slow build until we start to get to that crunch time where it's like, okay, this is who I could see facing Cena, or this is what's going to happen in this situation. But
I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You would think they would announce at least out of the first 4, one of them would be like, "Shit, I want to see that guy."
Every
Cena.
podcast would have had a predictions show, the Cena bracket show.
Yep. Yeah,
they just left so much on the table. Yeah. Now you see the first 2 matches. Okay, well, I think the winner from Raw comes on the other night with the other 2 matches from the Raw side. When you look at all 4 of those in those 2 matches, we'll see.
Yeah, and they did announce Cena at least hinted at it. It could be people from NXT. Obviously, we kind of expected that. There's names like Obafemi that is in the picture that I know Mr. OTM in the chat would absolutely love to see that. And I think we'd all love to see it as well. Again, I think it comes down to, will the general crowd want to see that as Cena's last match? I don't know. I mean, they also hinted at people from other companies coming in, but other companies meaning just TNA. But there's possibilities there. Again, I don't know the names. It could be a Hardy, I guess.
Probably Joe Hendry.
Oh yeah, it could be. Oh, it's definitely gonna be Joe Hendry. What am I thinking of? Yeah. No.
It'll likely be Joe Hendry. That's makes the most sense to me.
Right. I don't know. It just, when I think of Cena's last match, I guess we could talk about that too. Early predictions. Tucky, who do you want to see out of this tournament? I know it's a big old fastball coming right at you,
especially not knowing any of the variables outside of
blame WWE.
Not quite that prepared, but what I will tell you is I think I'm most interested in a young star personally. Like, that's my opinion. Edge doesn't move the needle for, like, it's got to be The Rock, but then again, they have to win the tournament. So you're going to know the pool of 16. So to me, it has to make sense. It's not going to be a megastar. And so I'm interested. Randy Orton.
He already had their match.
He already had the match, and that was kind of Cena's last thing. Was
you're right.
Tried to sell it. He wants to be new people that he's never faced before.
This is how unremarkable this run has been. At times. But then you've got the faction thing with Braun and Bronson and Logan Paul, so that kind of ties them up because Braun Breaker could be a legitimate candidate, but I don't know.
Sorry, I had to laugh there. Kyle responded with James Ellsworth versus Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
I'm seated.
I'll be there for that.
We will be there.
Tickets purchased immediately.
They're holding that one in their back pocket in case they go to a town that's not sold out.
Yep, that's exactly right.
As soon as they put that on the card, that's a sellout.
Tino, if they did that, he said, watch it be somebody that's not even in the tournament, and they come out on the night of champion or on the night of Saturday night main event and take out the person that won the tournament.
That is some Vince McMahon type shit.
That is 100% a Vince booking.
You know who that would be? It would be Brock Lesnar. So yes, absolutely.
Or Austin Theory.
Hey.
Austin Theory became a Vince guy. Yeah, Vince became an Austin Theory guy.
Oh yeah, he did. Pushed him hard there at the end. Good Lord.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, I don't know. I'm kind of underwhelmed. I get it. You want to play the slow burn and try to keep people's attention, but at the same time, I wish they just mapped it out right away and said, this is what you're going to see per night, this match and this night, that, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but isn't it incredibly on theme for how they've booked John since he announced he was going to be
in July
and retiring
of the year before?
Yeah.
They had 5 or 6 months before it happened, and we're just okay. Hey, John, what do you want to do next? What are you thinking about now?
I don't know. Throw him in the tournament.
They don't need KJ. Yeah, I mean, I would assume John has had some input in, especially that random face turn back.
Yeah.
I think John had some input from then on. I think he liked the idea of being a heel and all that. But again, I don't think the company knew where to go with it. It just, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think John has had some input with the tournament. Maybe they were like, who do you want to face? And he was giving out names, and they were like, we don't like that. We want Brock Lesnar to face you again.
That sells the most money, brother.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
John Cena's like, give me a newcomer. That'll be awesome. And they were like, we were actually thinking Brock.
Yeah, that's
100%.
exactly what it was. They're like, ooh, yeah, we were going to do another program with Lesnar.
But dude, the heel turn could have, like, if you could have got that to John Cena versus The Rock at SummerSlam and Cena turns face there, like on the way, like definitely could have been something. I think that's what makes that the moment that he turned heel will be remembered.
Yeah.
But
that's all
after that. Maybe the Punk match, even the Randy match for me, it was like, the Punk match was, and again, I'm biased, but Punk match was really good. The pipe bomb and then Punk coming out as the Doctor of Thugging, like that was good. And I'm sure obviously Punk and Cena were like, we'll take. They looked at creative.
We're
take
fine.
it.
We got this one. We know how to do
from
this.
Here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't agree more with Ducky in that sense.
Well, so that kind of brings me on to our next point. I know we're a little mellow right now. So that brings us into our next topic that I kind of wanted to talk about. We kind of talked about it a little bit in the chat or in our
in Styles match. Sorry, you're right, Kyle. Kyle said the Styles match was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Fantastic match. That showed that Cena was actually here to really wrestle. And yeah, he showed out.
Hard to have a bad match with AJ Styles.
Yeah. But I just wanted to give our current thoughts on the wrestling scene industry as of right now, because I know our very own Mr. OTM is taking the night off. He's kind of been overwhelmed just from the podcasting because the guy is an absolute unit and will do everything. But I'm kind of in the same boat right now where we're surviving. I know this is the downtime of the year. I just wanted to get just kind of a welfare check on everybody. Taki, do you want to go first? I know you've been a little bit away this year, so you might be all right, but
no, I watch WWE all the time, and I am starting to view Triple H in a more critical lens, because it's been some time, we've had some time. Like NXT is white hot and has been built from Shawn Michaels' hands, and so for me, it's also the settling season, all right, where the dust is settling on everything. When are we going to hit the reset button? It feels weird because we're so close to Survivor Series, and it doesn't feel like that's got a direction, but it's at Petco Park in a big venue. And so I think a criticism of the McMahon era was like it felt like they fumbled a lot and were unprepared or flipping too much at the last minute. And I hope that some of what we saw Unreal, where it felt measured, deliberate, creative, I hope they're not like straying from that path. There, you did hear the article that they might be using AI for storytelling, which doesn't make any sense to me.
No. I mean, WWE creative used to feel like that. Like they just kind of threw shit at the wall. But
I'm not panicking. But I also, when you look at the WrestleMania tickets available in November now compared to last year, they are plentiful compared to this point last year. And again, the tickets would have been on sale for a month or so at this point last year. But I also think the TKO of it all is kind of making people influence the ESPN. It's becoming a separate investment too in some ways. But I'm not panicking. This is the part of the year where it is just settling season as we build back up. Holidays, things, it gets a little quieter around times.
And I think that's kind of the brunt of, or just the end all be all of why I've been down to the dumps. I've recently gotten back into WWE. I mean, I'll be honest, the past 3 weeks I've been doing a lot of flash notes on keeping myself back up to date after a Raw or a SmackDown. Been kind of famous on not watching SmackDown for the past 3 months, so going to try to get back on that train whenever I'm starting to feel like it and whenever they grab my attention, because right now, champions don't really do much. But Jade Cargill on SmackDown with that championship, that's intriguing to me. I might tune in for that. Like, I think where it all started was WrestlePalooza. Not a good show, and that was their start to basically their new ESPN era. And I get it. The deal happened. ESPN Unlimited, whatever. If you want to pay for it, please. I don't
give Disney any money right now. Screw them.
That's a fair point. But it's like, I would rather go risk my own social security number, I guess, going to be a pirate, and just like, I don't want to pay $30 extra over the ESPN subscription I already have for the current product, because what you showed me at WrestlePalooza, if that's what you're going to be showing me and that's what you're going to be going into, and it's just coasting like the UFC has done ever since the UFC started to die, and that was because of the same exact ESPN deal, where it was, hey, just get product out there. They'll watch. They'll keep going. It's a membership. They got to pay no matter what. If that's the idea that we're going with, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's almost no, I guess, motivation or need for the product to be A, quality, because it's not a free product that you could maybe possibly skip. It's once you start throwing that price tag on it, it could be $5. I still probably would not pay it right now, being honest. And
$5.
I probably would actually pay it, but $10, I wouldn't pay it. Double digits, that's a big number. But
it hurts my pocketbook a little bit less because there's a lot on ESPN Plus and that other stuff that I watch from college baseball and a little bit of, but it still sucks because I had to upgrade to the $30.
Yes.
And the Peacock transition was nice because I was already paying for Peacock with some of the stuff that Mr. watched too, and the WWE jumped on that. Great. WWE Network was cool, but it's becoming pricey in every aspect, and it hurts.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and they're not like, it's not heat 24/7 when it could be with the rosters they have.
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the big deal. Is like this whole downtime thing. I get it. It's possibly a thing, but at the same time, you have to fucking try. You can't use that as an excuse that the product right now shouldn't. It's not where it should be, in my opinion. And Tina brought up. Only thing that's been good about having ESPN Unlimited for me is the fact that YouTube TV got rid of ESPN. Don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
YouTube TV, another product. Get out of here.
It's any Disney product, ABC,
Pathetic.
ESPN, ESPN2, all the affiliates. But yeah, I think it's a good point for me to jump in at that because there's always a SummerSlam low, where the first few weeks, even up to the next PLE or PPV is what they used to be. You're just kind of figuring it out. How long ago was SummerSlam at this point? Because I'm sick of the excuse at this point.
Correct.
Because we are now 3 months into it. We are 3 weeks away from War Games, right? Survivor Series. We're just filling everything with half-ass buildups, thrown together buildups. And again, understand injuries happen, but to not have an A plan, a B plan, a C plan, it's just it's lazy. It's lazy. It's lethargic. It gives complacency.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what you're going to keep feeding to your one of the most in sports entertainment in general, loyal fan bases, you're going to get to the people where it's like, yeah, I'm not going to pay for this. Why? Like, why? Okay, maybe I'll pay for it come WrestleMania season, right? Maybe I'll pay once the Royal Rumble hits. Sure, I want to see that, like that, because we know that they're gonna produce for those. But it's like, why do we keep giving them this grace period of, oh well, there's a little, they had a good build, because like, did they actually have good build-ups to SummerSlam? In my mind, I can't confidently say all of them were good build-ups. I think Cody and Cena was a good match. I think that, again, with John, that whole thing was conjumbled for me, and it was just like, it took me completely out of it. But I don't understand creative in terms of just the lack of effort to keep everyone involved, keep everyone entertained, where it's just like we're getting the same script every week. We're getting the same storylines, or we're repeating the same outcomes to storylines. And it's like, what are we doing, guys? Like, where's the WWE back in the? Well, we're not going to go back to the mid era, but like,
not too far.
Regardless, like there was still like from when I started watching it back in 2005, obviously, kind of after this is now we're starting the PG era and all this stuff, but like in between 2005, 2013, I mean, from 2010 to 2013 when I stopped watching it. So again, there's just a little caveat there. Like there were interesting stories on every show, on every on Raw and on SmackDown leading into the PLEs, and you were gripped, like you were like, wow, I actually believe in this rivalry, or I actually believe. Like nowadays, it's like I do I really believe in the rivalry? It's like but you got so much content out there where it's like, well, you can see all the real, the behind the scene footage and all that. It's like, is that watering it down? Is that what's causing people to be, tired of the product? It's like, is it Marvel fatigue, right? You put so much shit out where people are just like, all right, let me.
I was going to say that's kind of more where I'm at, because it especially with, I like watching both companies. I'm not, I've talked about it. I love AEW. I think right now AEW is in a great spot, and I wish the people that were complaining about WWE product would give AEW a shot, because I think right now, I'm not going to sell them too hard. They're doing a fantastic job, and during this lull period, I don't remember many like lull seasons for AEW. It'll be a whole maybe year if AEW is sucking. They need to build a star back up. That they get back there eventually, and I think they're getting there. It's just, they have monthly PLEs, and it never really feels like they're in a lull necessarily. I know Kyle in the comments we've talked about it. He can't get into AEW, and I think that could just be personal preference at that point. But I get it. It's just, there is other stuff out there, and if it gets to a point where AEW sucks at the same time, I don't have the time to watch NXT, but I will gladly give NXT a try, because I would love to keep that in my weekly rotation. It's just, I think you're onto something with the Marvel kind of effect. It's a lot. It feels like almost every single week you have a new PLE, whether that's WWE, NXT, AEW. I mean, even TNA. There's some times we'll want to talk about that. It's just,
it's a lot. It's a lot, but they're leaning on veterans. I think that's where I am starting to get. And I love the veterans, right? I love Punk, I love Drew, Rollins, Cena, like. But like, at what point do we start bringing these kids up from NXT who are overperforming or look fantastic? Why aren't we starting to add some freshness into it, aside from leaning on, all right, let's go back to all reliable, right? And let's throw Drew and Cody in a match. It's okay, all right, here we fucking go again. It's like, I don't know. It's like I said, everything just seems lazy. It seems like they don't. And Kyle mentioned in the comments earlier, I mean, Shawn Michaels is their best booker right now when he's in NXT. Mm-hmm. It just, like I said, it seems like, whether there is influence or not, it seems like they just don't, it gives off they don't care. And they're just like, you're going to watch the product, correct, whether it's slow now or not.
Correct.
And we're just going to keep pumping stuff out how we want to pump it out. And that's obviously, you follow your script. I get it. But it's just, again, it just doesn't make sense, because I'm getting back into it when Punk came back in 2023. But like, even just from what I've seen this year, I mean, compared to, and I came back at a great time. Don't get me wrong, obviously, but like, from just in that minimal time frame, right, from 2023 to now, I mean, it's black and white. It's completely and drastically different. Again, media deals have happened, but like, that shouldn't change creative that much. In my eyes.
And another thing too, I think it goes back to that whole booking that I kind of touched on earlier, and there's not a lot of contenders for those major titles. Like, we're kind of getting to the point where it's the same people. Like, every Monday Night Raw feels the exact same, especially when we have groups involved. It feels like a DQ, and then we have, okay, now you from that faction is going to face you in this faction, and it'll be another run-in, and I think they're starting to get a little bit better at that on Raw. We're kind of straying away from that, especially in the main event scene on Monday Night Raw. But at the same time, it's just, you have to start mixing it up. And I mean, I don't know the last time we've had an NXT call-up. Genuinely. Was it Carmelo?
That wasn't in the women's division.
Oh yeah, in the women's division, yeah. I think I don't remember any others. I mean, we've had some re-entries. We had Andrade come back. We had Aleister Black come back, but I get it. Wrestling shouldn't revolve around surprises, but there hasn't been any surprises this year. It's been all pretty like.
But you have a development league for a reason.
Correct. And I think that's one of the reasons NXT is performing so well is every single wrestler on that card and on that roster right now has some traction behind them, and you want to see each and every single one of them develop. Obafemi, for example, we brought him up during the John Cena conversation. That dude's a fucking beast. He has an incredible future. This is the time to shine the spotlight on him, saying, I know the product kind of sucks, but look at this dude. This guy's pretty sick. Why are we doing that? Why aren't you giving it a shot? Are you expecting it to be a throwaway?
God, if they do that, I'll never forgive them.
I don't know.
Me some Obafemi, but like, geez, Louise.
Tuck, you got anything?
Yeah, Tuck's been awfully quiet. Yeah. I feel like he's got some. he's got some things to say.
No, I think I'm a bit more content because I'm really busy. So
yeah, that's fair.
Like the emotional capacity, like the thing that's disappointing is it's simple enough for me to keep up with. And that I feel like that should be a challenge. And so
yeah,
I'm concerned. I was trying to go to Survivor Series at Petco Park and spend the money. And now it's like, well, I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
Unless, but then we're in that time where we get to Thanksgiving. Okay. Christmas is right around the corner. And then you hit January. We're not that far away from Rumble season. So I'm looking forward to hopefully an incredible Rumble. But is this year in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. Next year will be in Saudi.
Are
you going?
Goldberg to win the Rumble is crazy.
It's gonna be Sammy. It's got to be Sammy.
Nothing will take me out of wrestling than seeing Goldberg's face
probably be
back on the screen.
Well, he'll be back because he's been on the advertisement for WrestleMania. And why the fuck is Brock Lesnar back? Anyway, we'll move on from that one because no one has an answer. All right. Well, I don't really have anything else to add other than product's been mid so far and as of recently. And just final remarks. I know this is a very first world problem on our weekly television sucks. Okay, I get it. But at the same time, we love to talk about wrestling on every single week. And right now it's kind of felt like a lull, and it feels like we're talking about the same things over and over again, and we're just getting by, which is not what we want to do. This whole segment was not supposed to be. We don't do this often, so it sucks to do it. But I feel like we want to get our opinions out there, and it doesn't. We're not necessarily happy with what's going on right now. And CM Punk just became champion, and we had Mr. Burt down there.
Oh yeah, I love Punk. I mean, we're all we're all human.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
We're all going to have opinions. Positive or negative, and negativity sells, right? Obviously, the platform that we use, we want to be significantly more positive. We want to be on the opposite side of that. We want to bring in the pluses and show that lighter side, like, hey, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, type of thing, comparatively to the doom and gloom that we see online everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. So, for us to be able to use the platform that we have to be able to vent, to be able to kind of get this off of our chest, I think it's good. It's good for the program. It's good for everybody that's involved with it. The chat that's involved with it. I think that's only, that's only going to improve our, overall approach, at the end of the day when we go into these.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's all we got really to add. We'll do some plugs here really quick because I completely forgot to do it because I am not for the brand, apparently. On the markwrestlingpodcast.com, you can get a hat exactly like this one. Go to that domain and you will be able to buy your merch, get some tapestry, you can get some mugs, you can get some cups, you get a phone case, you can get shirts. We got the #1 bestseller, the honorary mark. We got a lot. We got the Main Event Wrestling Network merch on there as well.
Sure do.
Speaking of Main Event Wrestling Network, go to @main event wrestling _ main event _net. I'm used to saying wrestling after, but main event _net. Follow. Get out of my. Follow us on Twitter and/or X, whatever you want to call it.
Gags, you can crown D's nuts.
Got him.
I was gonna say, boys, what do you want to do about the MVM? I mean, technically, there's only one winner that we could have, and I don't even think that guy's still in the chat.
If Tino responds in the next 30 seconds, he will become
That's that.
the MVM.
I think that's only fair.
I think that is fair. But yeah, only fair. Give everybody a shout on the Main Event Wrestling Network. Again, we're looking for more podcasters. We're looking for some TikTokers as well. I know it's a hard time right now, but we're trying to look for some more love for the wrestling industry because that's what we try to do. And also, at Pot on the Mark over on YouTube.
Shout out to Tino. He made it. Shout out to Tino. He made it. I'm here. Never left.
Back. Never left.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Never left.
Take it away, Ian.
Hold on. I got to type it out. I wasn't expecting him to actually.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Wow. Sleeping on Tino. Never me.
I know. I was. It's always Tino's time. And new. Where's new MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast? Tino's time. Somebody update the charts. I don't have that on hand, but Tino, I appreciate you stopping in. It was a little bit shorter, or not shorter, but a little bit slower of an episode with the audience. We'll step it up a little bit. I mean, there's a lull. Come on, I get it, but that's all we got for you guys today. Tucky, why don't you send us home?
Ladies and gentlemen, in the pro wrestling world, it is happening. The wrestling is happening, and we're watching. And there is good, and we will find the good, and we are on our way to the good. It might not be a Survivor Series, though. I've got more questions than answers at this point. You can tell I am unsettled, you know. But Brittany Young, out of nowhere at 6:02,
didn't comment at all.
That's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend.
Yeah, like
you gotta bring some.
You had a real shot. I'm gonna be honest with you, Britt.
Listen, you could have came into the chat and you could have given us the recipe to blueberry muffins, and you would have been in the running for MVM.
Quality and quantity. And had Brittany participated this week as much as she did last week, I think she would have ran away.
She probably would have won because I am the host, so I had a pretty biased opinion. But that's okay.
Regardless, Brittany, Tino, and all the others watching, it still is a great time to be a wrestling fan. Continue to enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And when we get there, Ian is going to do a 24-hour stream.
We're working on it. I know, but I got a roommate now, so we're gonna. I thought that was gonna happen a little bit ago at the old place, so we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work out the deets. I might get some backup help.
To sweeten the pot, I will send a signed Kurt Angle figure.
Wow.
To one of our random 500 subscribers, Jay Gold. Was it an inside job? People are asking. He won the Rey Mysterio figure at 400. I have 2 Kurts. You can have one of them.
Hey, Tino said he'll help you out for the 24-hour.
Oh,
there you go.
You got 20. I'll take 4. Easy.
Done. And we're 14 away, gentlemen.
I think
14.
What needs to happen is Ian has to be on the camera 24 hours, and then we can rotate the guests.
Correct.
It's 24
wild.
Correct. But I mean, that's what a 24-hour stream is.
You won't stream on stream.
You know, you got to be on cam. You got to be on cam.
If you do sleep on stream, though, I think there's kind of a market for that. I don't know.
It counts. Yeah. It counts. It's technically 24 hours.
I'll be honest. I sleep barefoot with my feet out, so the feet.
I hate that. Fucking hate that.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yes, for it.
Absolutely not.
At times, I am a hybrid, 1 foot out.
Yeah, a little bit of ventilation.
I've been there and stayed with that. Gags wants the camera on.
Yeah, but the camera stays on.
Oh, in that case, here the camera's still on.
Okay.
That's not.
Let's get this guy out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's still a great time to be a wrestling fan. We'll see you next week. Thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.